live.
Can you make sure that music isn't like about to go in the middle of the stream? Cool.
Oh, message.
Myth. Oh, God.
Oh, I believe that means we are live.
Hello.
Hello. And welcome.
Oh, no.
What?
I didn't know that the pod you started when I was talking to Dylan about turning the monitor down. And it was like on. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Talk Anime to Me podcast. This is episode 19.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Today, it's a full cast. We have everybody.
Everyone's here.
Immunities back.
I am back.
Yay!
Huzzah.
I'm excited. It's been
I
a
don't
while.
know if I should bow or if I should curtsy. I'm not
You should
sure
do
which one.
both at the same
yeah.
time.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm free to not hit my head on anything. All right, you ready? All right. Did you guys all see that?
Yes.
saw it.
Thank you. It's been too long. I apologize for being gone. I assure you there are perfectly fine reasons, and that's not important right now. Let's get into our amazing podcast.
Yes.
Yay!
So, this month we watched Immunities pick. Carole Tuesday. Made by the same guy who did Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. Surprising to none if that was going to be my pick or not,
Right.
because if you paid attention to our first ever announcement of our podcast, you knew that that's one of my favorite animes ever.
Yes.
I do remember that, yes.
Yes.
So Carole Tuesday is set in the future on Mars, where this rich little girl wants to play guitar in a band and runs away from home and meets Carole, who is working odd jobs, and they become fast friends when they start playing together on a bridge. And they decide they want
so dangerous.
And then they decide they want to make a band together, and they start living together, and everything's happy.
And they don't kiss.
And they don't kiss.
What the hell?
Shame.
It's a shame, really.
It kind of is. I thought they were gonna, honestly, in like episode 11. Thought it was gonna happen.
All reunited. And...
Yeah, they kind of made it seem like that's what was gonna happen, sort of, but I don't know. Like, I felt like that's kind of what they were insinuating. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm just gonna jump into this because we always get ahead of ourselves. What did you
Do
guys think about the anime going into it, and how do you feel about it now that you've watched it? So
I'll tell you.
You tell
going
me
into it.
You tell me.
I will tell you what you want to hear. No, I won't.
Oh.
Why not?
Oh.
I don't want to let you down. I had extreme high hopes going into it. That's just because of the creator.
Right.
You guys all know I love music and do anything I can to find anything new, whatever. And this seemed like something that could be like that. And I'll leave it at that.
Oh, okay.
Fair.
So, and whoever wants to jump in afterwards.
I mean, I feel that. I mean, knowing, like, from Cowboy Bebop, I was like, oh, yeah, this is going to be good. And I came out of it being, yeah, I knew exactly where I was going to be. I was very pleased with it.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went into it going, on Mars, from the director of Cowboy Bebop, am I going to see Spike in the background?
I was kind of expecting a cameo.
Right, a little
I
bit.
wonder if there is one. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, see him
bet you,
falling from the building.
Yeah.
I bet you Elon Musk loves this anime.
Oh, right.
If this
But,
is his idea of Mars, I'm totally going. One-way trip.
I
Sign
came
me
out
up.
of it like surprised, and in a good way, not a bad way, in a good way.
I think
Very
surprise is probably the best way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't really sure what to expect, honestly. I was expecting it to be good, but I haven't really seen Cowboy Bebop. I've seen I've seen it, but I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? Like I've seen episodes of it and I've seen the movie, but I never really sat down and watched the whole thing. And every time I did, I would sit down, watch the first episode, then it would be too long. I'd forget what happened and then watch it over again. And I did that about 5 times and then I gave up. But I know that it's a really good anime. So I was expecting it to be great, but
That's fair.
I wasn't really sure aside from what people were saying. And I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it was really awesome. I really liked it a lot.
We did come out of one music anime to another.
Yeah,
Yes.
we did.
And they both used tracking to do the piano and the guitar, and I love that.
Yes.
It's fascinating. Very fascinating.
I really like that. It's making music animes way more interesting because it's instead of it just being like a still of someone with their hands in the air, which was cool, I guess, for older animes, it's like you actually get to see, the animation of them playing. And I don't know. I always wanted something like that in anime when I would watch it, so I'm appreciative of it.
And on a side note, I'm not sure who chose it. I think it was you, Daisy, for your line, April.
Yes.
Okay, let me just thank you for suggesting that.
Oh, you're welcome.
It'll sound a little strange, but everything that's happened over the past 3 to 4 months, the depressing factor of that anime, I think, is more of a welcomed warm blanket over someone that's just going through anything negative in their life. That can also be like a pick-me-up when you see other things that are going on, and it's just in an anime, but it had so much real life attached to it that it helped. So
that's a really good way to describe it. It has an impact on you.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that may have had something to do with me choosing another musical anime, or not musical, but music-influenced anime. And I'm glad that I went with this one over other choices that I had. So I truly appreciate that.
Yeah.
Not that you had any idea, but,
I can read your mind.
Yeah, so yes.
Computer, I know.
Cool, then you can make artificial intelligence songs and
Sure. I'll be
Yes.
what was his name?
Tao.
Tao.
Oh, Tao.
Ugh.
Mm.
On that note of that character,
He's different.
He's something.
My biggest note that I have on my sheet of paper here is that I have 2 things I want to bring up. One, the budget was not in the story, but in the voice actors, music, and the singers. The story was a little choppy from time to time.
Right.
But that's because the voice actors and the music, all the music is 100%
I'm so glad they put the money into it.
made for the anime. Those were all original songs.
Yeah, they were so good.
The voice
Every
acting,
single song.
there are so many top tier voice actors in this anime.
Yeah.
And singers, crazy how many singers they got.
just even like the singers' voices when they would actually start really gave me goosebumps, and I don't get
Yeah.
that very often.
Right.
Especially when you're watching an anime and someone's singing, because you're just expecting like, oh, okay, that's a song in an anime. But this was like, wow, like I feel like I would hear that on like top 40, or
Yeah.
something. Like that was
It's
really
kind
good.
of that's kind of how I felt with Nana.
Yes, same.
Yes,
Same,
I agree with that as well. For me, one of my favorite moments though in this anime was when they're doing the all the different auditions for this music or this talent show. And the
you
old
mean
lady-
you mean Mars has Got Talent?
Yeah. And the old lady came up and, this is a song
Oh
my
my
mother
God.
sang me, and then just started doing Skrillex.
I just realized my windows were open.
Oh my god.
That's okay. I'm sure your neighbors are used to that.
Honestly, yeah.
I
Oh, there she
laughed
goes again.
so hard at that.
That was so funny. When she started up, I was thinking, I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if this was like some like Britney Spears song or some like weird, like funny song? And then I didn't entirely expect what she was gonna do.
Fucking start beatboxing dubstep.
It was so great. Bam, 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 bam. So fucking funny.
Okay, I
That's
have to ask you guys. I want to get your input. For what you think about Mermaid Sisters?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay, no, wait, hold on. So I gotta say something, right? So regarding that, I actually texted Marc today. So I was like, oh man, I gotta, watch this anime, and I was watching it today, and with my toddler, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this anime, I don't have to worry about watching it with her, and the music competition is on. It's like ba 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 fucking bullshit, and I was like, oh my God, and I was like freaking out, and I like grabbed my phone, and I was like, and I like turned the volume down, and I was like, what's happening? And I was like, laughing really hard because I didn't expect it, but it was like, oh my God, it was so funny. I loved it.
The first time I heard that song was on TikTok. On the TikTok app. It's all over.
Nice.
So, and I had no idea where it came from, and so I lost my shit when it first came on.
It's so
What's
funny.
really cool for me is what I did after I watched the anime. I wrote down every character that had a singing role, and then I found their voice actor and their singer, and the voice actor for the Mermaid Sisters. What is it? I have it written down. It is named Yuri Kuriyama. She's not even like a signed musical artist. She just has an Instagram and a YouTube where she just covers, and she does them really well.
Wow.
So I thought that was super cool.
It's pretty amazing.
I think they went out, and because honestly, I didn't really
There's
look
a
up
lot
who was
of
like
indie.
doing
There's
any
a
of
lot
the
of indie
singing,
here.
but I feel like they just went out and found these people that were just like little gems like that.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know who any of them are. I didn't look them up though, so that.
Oh, I looked at. I have. That's what my whole sheet of paper is
Oh,
the voice
you're
actors
like-
and singers, because I was so impressed.
It's so crazy. This was so well done. But honestly, you said the story was choppy. I kind of like that we don't know a lot about the characters. Like one of my last notes was that I was really excited that they left so much for us to find out, you know what I mean? Because it's
that's
like
fine.
there's so much that just happened, and that's only the beginning, and we don't even really know anything about these characters. You know what I mean?
Kind of like,
Oh,
a
This
good
was all
pacing.
just about their. Yeah, exactly. I thought it was really good pacing. So like maybe they, don't really have like those pieces to fill in yet, but
Right.
like I'm sure they're going to be great.
I was
I'm really
fine with it till like the last 3 episodes. That's
Yeah.
when it got all.
Mm.
I was like, why? Like when Carole got pissed off at Tuesday, and I was like, why? I didn't feel like she was getting
Yeah, I didn't
pissed off.
think
I felt
that
like
was
she was
so
getting.
random.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted
I knew Sybil was going to be a freak though. Her name's fucking Sybil. Like
I really enjoyed also all the titles of the episodes.
Yeah.
that
How
was
all the
so
different
great.
song names.
I'm excited about Dancing Queen. I was like, that's gonna be ABBA. Because so many other songs are called Dancing.
To the new generation, it's A-Teens. Excuse you.
Oh my god, what the fuck's that? What is that?
You've never heard of A-Teens?
Yes.
Please, it's cringy. It's very
Cringy
cringy.
as fuck.
There's some things that just shouldn't be heard.
Dylan, is
So-
that another spider? Just behind the painting.
Oh no.
So the thing I kind of mentioned
was
in
flies.
our chat, I mentioned the Fire Brothers. Or
Yeah.
I mentioned I had some like crazy shit to share with you. It's about the Fire Brothers, the old men.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who their voice actors are?
No. Who?
Kirk Thornton and Cam Clark. So Kirk Thornton is everybody. He's everybody in the '90s cartoons.
He's everyone.
Like he's Gabumon and Greymon from Digimon. He's in
Wow.
fucking Pepper Ann. He's in
No
Clack Pack.
way.
He's everyone. And his buddy Cam Clark is everyone else,
He's all the other ones.
including the voice of Aladdin
Shut
from the
up.
actual movie.
Oh my god, that's the craziest thing. That's so funny that they made them old guys and then they were like, you
Right?
guys are
They
old
did that
guys.
shit on
Like,
purpose.
yeah, that's what I'm
And I was
saying.
like,
Oh
well,
my
there's
god.
all their. That's where all their fucking budget went to those two guys in that one episode.
That's such a treat. Oh my god. Honestly, if this entire anime was just like singing and dancing, I would have given it 10 stars. That was just good. I liked it a lot. They didn't even need to have a plot line.
It took me like 2 hours, by the way, to find everybody's voice actors and singers.
I like
I-
that you did that.
Dug for it. I was like, I gotta know. And then they were the last ones I found, and I was so happy I did it. I was like, that was reward enough.
Yeah, so then you already know who Gus is.
Yes.
The voice actor for Gus. He's
From Gus.
equally does every freaking thing. He's Snake from freaking what the hell is that game?
Metal Gear.
Gear Solid.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no.
Wait.
Yeah. He is Snake. Plus he's been in numerous animes.
Yeah.
He's been in Kingdom Hearts. He was in Cowboy Bebop.
I
was
didn't
in a-
look up Gus's voice
Wait, he was in
actor.
Kingdom Hearts.
Hold on. Are we talking about his English voice actor? Because wait.
Yeah,
No. Shut up. No.
yeah. I didn't
Oh.
look
Wait,
him.
why
I
is
didn't
it
look him
showing up? Oh my god, I'm freaking out right now.
I
Are you
didn't
kidding
look
me?
him up because he didn't
Looking
have
it
a
up right
singing
now.
role.
The first time I heard his voice, I was like, I know that voice.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. I was like, that.
So what was cool? Okay, so in the Mars, the Mars talent thing, there was that
Yeah.
one singer GGK.
Mhm.
That voice actor is in a ton of anime, like Jiraiya's one of them.
Yeah.
Let's see, Fate Stay Night, stuff like that. The singer is named Madison McFerrin, who is an R&B soul singer. Her grandfather was the first black man to sing at the Metropolitan Opera.
What the hell? Jeez.
I was like, that's so freaking cool.
That is amazing. So they spent a lot of money, hopefully.
They really blew the budget with the voices.
Seriously,
Yeah.
Crystal, Crystal, the singer in that one episode.
Yeah.
Christina V is her voice actor.
Oh, it was so good.
And then her singer is Lauren Dyson, who is one of the top 40 every year on the charts. She writes all of the hit songs for BTS and Girls' Generation and shit.
What?
Well, there you go.
Oh my
Right?
god.
I was like, the fuck? One episode. Freaking, and then the guy that they broke into the trailer that same episode, Skip. His name is Amari Williams. He's in a ton of video games. His singer is Thundercat from fucking Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
And then I was looking into him
Well.
some more. Apparently, he's the creative epicenter of Kendrick Lamar's "To Pimp a Butterfly" album. I was like, what the hell? Where did they get all these people?
This is so crazy. Netflix is crazy, man. I don't even know how they find the connections that they have.
Seriously.
Because they secretly own the world.
They secretly own the world.
They do, and Mars.
And Mars.
Oh,
So-
I did want to touch on something. Sorry, did you want to keep going on about the...
I mean,
the
I
different
can,
voices?
but I can save it.
Okay. Well, so
I'm just really
the only thing
impressed.
I made like a big note about this is like all the different like AI in that world, well, in Mars for them. Like, how do you feel? Is that something you feel like humanity will eventually go towards? Like,
Yes.
there's no jobs for humans.
Yeah.
I think we're already on that path.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
100%.
in
It was-
February, I am going to our building is shutting down. We're going to a new building. I work at UPS for those who don't know, and my building unload the trailers that come in, sort the boxes that go to different belts that go to different trucks. The new building doesn't have unloaders. It unloads itself and sorts itself.
Oh, what
Just
the
have
fuck?
loaders.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we're definitely on that path.
We are
I
on
mean,
the track to.
Yeah.
you can already go into
Going there.
any fast food establishment, and just you don't even have to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that? What was that store we were in? And that little robot was like basically walking around, and it was like a justified version of a Roomba,
Yeah,
but
they have
it
that.
had like a face on it and everything. And
Oh,
I
you're
was
talking
really
about at the store where I live?
yes,
Yeah, okay, so at the grocery store where I live, there's this gigantic robot that goes around the store, and they put googly eyes on it, because whatever. And it's just like gigantic, like, pillar, basically, and it goes around the store, and if it finds, like, a spill, it'll just be like, oh, there's a spill in this aisle, or whatever. And every time I go to the store, it stalks me, so
It
I'm not
loves
lying.
you.
I'll record it next time.
so funny. I was just like, what is this thing?
Yep, it's happening. They're taking over, man. Second
Right.
self-checkout started, I knew that was the end of humanity.
Hey, listen, I just don't like talking to many people, so I live for that.
I live for it.
It's one of the best things and one of the most dangerous things to have been invented. But since the invention of like computers way back 50s, 60s, it was just a matter of time before we get up to here. And basically everything you read in a sci-fi book is going to come true at some point in time.
Mhm.
I mean, it's all scary because, don't mention Skynet because,
For real.
Now
Yep.
my
you
internet's
got
gonna
to
go
make
out
sure
again
you're
in
nice
Unity,
to the
thanks.
robots.
But listen,
When I
about
was a little kid, I wanted to marry a robot, so I think,
but listen,
Well, have you
robotic
seen-
cat girls.
You can already buy certain robots.
Oh,
You know. Just saying.
Just
so-
saying.
now.
So I have a pretty big note about the show that I really wanted to just mention.
Hell yeah.
Something that I immediately noticed, that I'm sure you guys obviously immediately noticed when you were watching it, that I really loved about it was how like racially and gender fluid and like diverse everything and all
Yes.
like even the background characters were.
Yes.
Like it was, I loved it. You know what I mean? Like I just, even like just some random character, had like a different nose, or, like they had some crazy hairstyle. It wasn't just like some generic white anime character with like the generic face, or nothing was on their face at all. It was
Right.
like everyone was like their own thing, and I really liked it a lot.
Well, that was like who was it? Gus's ex-wife.
Yeah.
I
and
fell
Oh,
in
yeah.
love with her immediately.
Right?
I was like, I love you. Done.
So there is one thing, actually, speaking about that I found was kind of funny. I had this.
I told you a long time ago about that problem that I had when someone just knocked on my door randomly at like 11:30 at night because I mentioned Google.
No.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you did. I forgot about that.
And it was like someone having a house party or a block party going on.
Wait, no. What?
You don't remember that?
No.
And then we joked about it being like the Google car. And now, every time I mention anything with that, we seem to
God.
lose connection. So yeah. So again,
They're following you, man. I'm telling you.
they
apparently.
are.
Can you hear us now? My thing
Yeah,
is
they're
Can
saying
saying they have
you
audio. Okay.
okay.
can you hear us? We should all just start saying the ABCs.
A B C.
The
Easy one,
it
two,
says
three.
we're live, but it also says there's no data, so I'm confused.
Well, it has no
Okay.
data,
Okay,
so
say we're returned.
I'm pretty sure we're
We
here.
have
Hello,
returned.
we're
So
back.
let's before
I don't know
it
where it
tries
cut
to
off.
drop me off, let's jump over to. I'm not sure where it cut off either, but I think we should probably start on our
Doesn't really
favorite
matter.
characters and our
Do it,
least
yeah.
favorite characters. There we go. Excellent connection, it says. Hooray! Okay. Who wants to go
Wow.
first?
The
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Whoever.
So
Ooh.
I have multiple favorite characters. I couldn't stop.
I like you, and I like you, and I like you, and I like you.
Yeah, right? So
I,
I guess like one of mine I was surprised I would be Gus. Like I initially was just like, oh god, this character.
Yeah.
And then I ended up really liking his character
A
by the end.
lot. Yeah, Gus
Yeah.
is awesome.
He was pretty
Um,
sweet.
I love Carol.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still gonna say his name wrong. Is it Roddy? Roddy?
Roddy.
Roddy.
Yeah.
Because they say it a little bit different, like I feel like. But Roddy, he's just such a sweet, like little it's kinda like every stereotypical
He's a little
anime though.
doormat.
There's just always that one guy who's just like the in a way almost like a little tsundere. But besides those three, I mean, also like I mentioned earlier, Gus's ex-wife. I just immediately was like, I love her.
Yeah, she's a treat.
So yeah, I ended up having 4 favorite characters. That's
Damn.
I like that him and his ex-wife had the same haircut.
Yeah,
yes.
me too. What was your least favorite character?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well.
Do you have one?
It's pretty easy to guess this one. I
it's
can
probably
never
the same as me.
probably I can't I'm still gonna mess up with names. It's the DJ, the Ortega.
Erdogan.
Erdogan. God.
No.
I knew you were gonna say Erdogan.
Oh my god, like I really just wanted to shake him. I'm like, I hate you so much. Just shut up.
Yeah, he does suck.
Yeah. So there's that.
Oh my god.
He was
Immunity,
definitely
I'm
quite
curious.
annoying. Are you curious?
I'm curious about yours, yeah.
All right. My favorite character, I had a couple, but my overall favorite was by far Gus.
Much love for Gus.
Yeah, he started out as basically just like this. You could tell there was something there, but you're not sure what. He could have just been a drunk at the bar. You don't know.
Yeah.
But then he's in the following episode, and they're like, okay. And the reason that I like him as much as I do is because he's been around. He's been in the business. He knows what works. He knows what's bullshit. And he knows talent when he sees it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's almost like a redemption arc for him without you knowing anything about, almost nothing about what he's been through before. And the fact that he's from Earth and it's like what used to be Texas or whatever is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Just because the festivals they have in Texas, South by Southwest, things of that nature. You can tell that the guy has knowledge of things and what works and what doesn't work. And you can definitely already tell that he hates everything auto-tune, everything that's fake, everything that's not real music. And that's subjective, I know. But when you hear them singing and he hears them singing, you can get an understanding as to why he sees such promise in them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's to do with something with his ex-wife. One of the things that he said the most that just appealed to me was when she was going to go get married again. And he said something simple but meaningful and heartfelt, was just to make sure that she's happy. And I think that says a lot about his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, I think he could touch a lot of people if they pay attention to just what he's saying and what he's doing, because he's doing everything he can possibly do to make sure they're successful.
Making me really like Gus right now. I didn't even consider him. Now I'm like, man, he's great.
But the other two that I appreciated the most, and I'm going to go against what I usually do with my least favorite.
Oh my gosh.
I really appreciated Carole and Tuesday. They're not quite the top for me. They're not my most favorite, but they are there. And I know it's named Carole and Tuesday for the anime itself, but just the hopelessness in both of them just happening to meet on that bridge, and then it seems a little forced at first that, oh yeah, we're just going to live together and make music together.
Yeah.
But when they start making music, and the scene that was in the laundry room,
I love that scene.
It was a beautiful scene, and I love the guy in the middle because he's like, "Hey, this is good."
I'm gonna get into this too. I think that's Dan.
That is probably Dan. But just their overall, I mean, you could see from a mile away that eventually they're going to have some kind of disagreement.
Oh yeah.
Whether that's them one being kidnapped or the other one getting mad. And I love the tenacity from crap, what's her name? I always get them confused now. I'm thinking of both of them. Carole?
Oh.
Is she the one that
it's Carole.
plays the piano?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But she's got such tenacity and just working whatever job. And the scene that we first meet her where she's like late for work and she's talking to these guys in that food establishment. You can already tell she's going to be a little just fiery with anybody she meets, but she's got so much dedication to music, and she just hums a song. And there's no lyrics, she's just humming, and that's so heartfelt as well. It's almost kind of how Gus is. But those, and then I know I went against my typical, I don't like this because they're the main character, and I promise you I'll probably get back to that. But those are my, I guess, three favorite, but Gus being top notch. And my least favorite, by far and large, is Tao. That he's everything to me. I mean, maybe the creator came up with this character because of that, but he's everything that's wrong with any kind of produced music, whether it's recorded or live. It's always got to be, there's a formula you got to stick to, and when music gets to that point, there's just no life in it.
Yeah.
That's how I was feeling about all the AI songs. I'm like, how is everybody so into this?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, at one point he had mentioned he was gonna just kind of keep making that song appear in people's heads until they love it. And I was like, that's so true for real life, because there's so many songs, never knew about the artist, don't know anything about their music, and all of a sudden I'm just like, why do I have this song stuck in my head? Please stop.
Exactly.
Like that Meet Me in the Middle song.
Yep.
Or you can go back about 30 years and just listen to Milli Vanilli.
Yeah,
man.
Oh, no.
Why you do this?
So that's my input on favorite and least favorite. I can't stand Tao. He can go away.
My favorite was also Gus.
Oh yeah.
Gus was so good. He made me laugh the most. He tried so hard every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just, I thought at first he was going to be shady as fuck. I thought maybe he was going to turn on him. But no, he's really like a good guy. And yeah, so
Which
I
is
really like
rare.
this.
I mean,
Yeah.
he did gamble their money away at a dog race.
I mean, yeah.
Fairness. But he probably meant to make more, so that was probably
Yeah, it wasn't like he
good
didn't mean he
intention.
wasn't trying to do that just to be an asshole.
Yeah.
He had good intentions. They're just flawed. That's all right.
No.
But my least favorite character is more on the immunity route. Was not a fan of Tuesday.
Really?
She annoyed the shit out of me.
Oh, I thought she was so cute.
Even when she was singing?
Well, I mean, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so like the singing part was great. In fact,
He flips over his pages.
yep. Let's see. Selena Ann is a Japanese singer-songwriter. She was great. I like her. I liked her a lot. Don't give a shit
Yeah.
about Brianna Knickerbocker and her VA though.
Well, I'm glad that one of us can hate the lead.
No, I don't know. I just,
That's
I found her
that's
really
fair
just
though.
kind of,
That's fair. She didn't really bring much, but there's that little bit of innocence.
I
Yeah.
thought she was cute. I don't know. I liked her whole I don't know how to do anything because I'm rich character. I don't know. I thought it was like
I was like, that's too tropey for me.
I see that's the thing. So now that it's my turn. I liked Tuesday. She wasn't my favorite, but I'm gonna just continue talking about her real quick. I really like Tuesday and Carole because they were, don't take this the wrong way, they were bland. Because they weren't like because they didn't have crazy green hair, you know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
weren't like super famous and they didn't instantly go viral. And like they had to work for it and people don't initially immediately like them. And like their stuff isn't like just immediately unnaturally received like I would expect from an anime. And I like that they have this really like what's the word I'm looking for? They have this really natural feel to their music that goes it's so different than everything else in the show.
Yeah.
And I think that's also shows in like the way that they dress as compared to how everyone else dresses too. Like I feel like it's like the purity of music almost is what they're trying to capture. I don't know. I feel like I really like that they're so plain as where everyone else is so extra. Like they really
Yeah.
bring it back to the roots, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Like that
Like they
theater
don't
kid.
feel the need for all these bells and whistles and they don't need to be like, I'm fucking Urga and like all this crazy
Who am
shit.
I?
Yeah, blah blah blah, and they end up going against another character in this competition in the finale with this like calm sounding like music, and it's because it's so like pure, you know what I mean? It's so
Yeah.
natural and people can relate to that, because it's not just something pumped out by an artificial intelligence. But I liked them because they were kind of tropey, because I feel like in this kind of show it really worked, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. So I really liked Tuesday because of that. But Angela was actually my favorite character.
Oh yeah.
I liked Angela a lot. I actually really hated her at first, though, because I thought, oh great, she's just another bitch. And don't get me wrong, I love bitches. That's always kind of some of my favorite characters. I really love them, but I really didn't think I was gonna like her. But then as it went on, I saw, how much she cared for her mom, and how she put all these other people before herself. And that made me just kind of start to like her. But what made her my favorite character was when she realized that Carole and Tuesday were actually really good. She was a bitch about it,
Yeah.
but she was also a really good sport about it. Like she was like, no, I want them to fight me. And at the end, she was like shaking, clapping for them and all. what she wants, even if it's not for herself. And I don't know, I like admire that in a way. I think she's great, and I really like all the songs that she sings too. I don't know, really like Angela. I'm excited to see what she does, and I really am excited because apparently I think she likes Tao. So what and
Right.
why?
Creepy.
Excited about that because he's a freak. So
He
Yeah.
really strapped her down into that chair.
yeah, what the hell? Keep singing. I would be like, no, no, I'm not gonna do any of that. Stop. Least favorite character besides Erdogan, OG Bulldog.
What?
Jeez.
Oh my god.
You didn't like OG Bulldog?
He was so dumb. He
He sang
reminded me
opera.
of. No, it's not. It's not the song that he sang. It's him. Him as a person. I thought that him lying about who he was like the stupidest, dumbest thing that so many people do, and I was like, you remind me of so many people. Just, and I was like, just kind of, man. But yeah, I would say besides him, Erdogan. But yeah,
Yeah.
Mermaid
Damn
Sisters
DJ.
were also some of my other favorites.
Fucking bullshit.
Bullshit. I'm gonna audition for The Voice, and I'm gonna sing that song. So watch out. You can find me next season.
Oh, fame can hold you down.
All right. Well, what is? I don't have my notes. I don't have the actual like show notes up. So the next topic.
Oh, I want to make a side note
Do a side note.
as you're finding notes. So, I think it was episode. Did I write down the episode number? In episode 7, during the auditions for the show, there's that guy that goes on and he's like, I'm a native Martian, and he starts singing and he's like,
Oh,
that is
yeah.
totally a reference to the weird Russian singer video, which I'm gonna post in the chat right now.
Okay.
Oh my
If
God.
you've never seen it, have you seen it?
No.
I think I know what you're talking
I don't
about.
remember the name of this actual song, but there's no way that's not what they're referencing. It's like that video of that guy in that weird music video. He's like,
Oh, where he's like, bop, 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 bop.
yeah, there's no way that's not
Yeah.
what they're doing. I won't even believe that. Oh, and there was another funny thing that they did. When they go to interview Angela, are they imitating one of those like YouTube Hollywood fix videos where they just accidentally break into your house?
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, what is this? I thought that they did a good job with all of that kind of like reference stuff. I thought that was pretty funny. I made a note in here that says, I love how each song is straight fire.
Oh my
Right,
God.
though?
I mean, you're right. Oh, and shout out to the little AI owl, Ziggy.
Oh my God, I forgot to make a note about that.
You
Yeah.
sent me a text about it, and I was like, yes! Shout out to Kelly's cat, Ziggy.
Yeah, Kelly has a cat named Ziggy. It was wonderful.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So,
think-
is there anything you guys would have changed about the anime?
I would have them reference more than just American music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
feel
Good
that.
point.
Not that I have a problem with that because I'm American, so I get all the references. But I feel like if they're on Mars, maybe they would be more diverse.
GGK was channeling the universe.
Not wrong. She was something else, man. She might be my favorite character. I don't know. She was a treat. She was a gift. That was
She was
great.
a gift.
Loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I would change about it. The whole thing with Sybil, the crazy stalker
Yeah.
person, and like how it was affecting Carole and Tuesday, I would have made that more. That's the part that I didn't like, is because I thought Carole was just like getting depressed that Tuesday wasn't like relying on her. Not angry. I didn't get the fact that she was angry until she yelled at her.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I thought she was just like, yeah. So I was a little bit confused on that. That's what I would change. I would clear that up. Otherwise, I don't know. It's really good. I wouldn't really change anything.
Yeah, I don't think I'd change anything either, honestly.
Yeah.
Aside from what I already said.
I think the one thing I would change would be maybe the ease of how they became found. It's like that was all kind of very simple.
So they were being chased by security onto stage, and then security disappeared.
It's like, oh, they got away.
Playing.
Oh, shucks.
And Roddy just happened to be there.
Oh man, we're running again.
But the part, I think that'd be the only part that I would change. Really, it's like it'd make it a little more difficult because we all know it's not that easy to be found. I know that there's the invention of YouTube and any other social media.
I think that was more of like the reference to just how easily things go viral.
Yeah.
I think that they only got viral like that because it was like Erdogan's AI operator posted it or something like that. Because I can imagine he probably has a following of his own.
Right.
That would be my guess.
But also, I was thinking because it was natural. He posted this natural music. There was no AI.
Yeah.
So that probably helped it get viral. It's like, look at these people just playing normal instruments, and everyone's like, wow, they're really good. That's what normal instruments sound like?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He's crazy.
Well, it's like I can't remember. It was the one that was talking to, what's her name? Is it Crystal?
Yeah.
The guy. What was his name? I can't remember.
Skip?
But Skip, yeah. The girl that was playing the violin with him. I was like, yay! Actual instruments.
Yeah, right? I was so into that whole concert. I was like, can we just actually watch this concert?
Right?
That'll be the rest of the anime.
Well, then let's rate it. What's our ratings for the show?
Let's go first.
I think my rating for this is going to be, it was like an 8.4-ish. So overall, I think I'm going to just say 8. I appreciated the artwork, the anime, all of that was great. The singing was great. The story is what I'm going to take points away from.
Yeah.
The story seemed very formulaic. It's like, here's problem, here's solution. Is it really a solution? Not really. But we're going to just trudge through everything and never mind little tiny things that happen. She just happened to be living above like some place that the landlord doesn't even need anymore. Cool. But, things like that is going to be what I'm going to be taking points away from.
Okay.
So for me, it's a solid 8.
Fair. I'm kind of going to take the same route. There are a few things from the story I would probably change, even though I kind of didn't mention on it. I like the pacing, but at the same time, I think a few things with the pacing could have gone a little bit better.
Yeah.
And I mean, some of it is predictable as any story.
Right.
But I would probably give it a solid 8 as well for myself.
Nice.
Besides that, like animation-wise, music, characters, besides fucking Ertegun,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't talk about how much I just could not stand him. He's not part of that scoring system, thankfully. But yeah, I'll give it an 8. think mine ranged around like an 8.34. So yeah, we're about in the same range there.
Right.
Nice. Krista?
I'm gonna give it a solid 9. I really liked it a lot.
Hey, solid 9, buddies.
Yeah. Woohoo! I don't know. I liked the simplicity of the story. Even though normally that stuff kind of drives me crazy. Because I feel like it's super overdone. I don't know why. I feel like it really worked. With this, just probably for the same reason I liked that they were kind of bland. So, but I don't know. I give it a 9. I liked it a lot. I really want to finish it. I didn't know that I could find the rest of it on the internet, so I'm going to do that.
Nice. Yeah, I gave it a 9 myself for a lot of the plot reasons. Not plot, story reasons, but it wasn't enough to, like, diminish it too much down to an 8 for me. Especially when I looked up and could start to appreciate more the voice acting and the singers and all the shit that they put into the performances. I was like, okay, boom. Bam, 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 bam. Hits all the notes except for that, like, couple episodes at the end. Kind of threw me off. 9. Good. Fucking mint.
That just put that out there as the review. Just
Fucking mint. I would have put that in the thumbnail.
Oh yeah,
that's fantastic.
So with that, I guess I can reveal what we're watching next.
Wait, are we gonna do?
Or do you want to wait till we choose a movie?
Do we want to do it after the movie or before the movie?
I don't care. We can do either.
I don't care.
I don't know what to do now. So I'll just let you guys know. So I know I've seen this anime, and I know Krista's seen this anime, and I know Daisy's seen this anime, but I know Immunity has not. And I'm going to rectify this. It's on Netflix.
Ooh.
It's old.
Oh.
And it's wonderful.
Oh.
Ouran High School Host Club.
Oh my god!
Yes.
We cosplayed from that together.
Well,
I love this anime, and I've been wanting to rewatch it for the 9th time, and I was like, I think I get to choose next. I have an excuse.
Oh my god.
Oh, Ouran High School.
It's gonna be just like, ooh.
I kind of want
back
them to
through the 8.
I kind of want them to remake it like they're doing Fruit Baskets, and then finish the goddamn story because they only did the first half of the manga.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. I have not watched it, but my daughters have watched it. And they used to watch it, and I would pass by and I'd be, what the hell are you watching?
Immunity.
So,
it is wonderful.
Oh my god.
Is it one season?
It's one season, yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's
Strap in.
Wonderful. I love that show so much.
I have like old AMVs that I made of this when I was like younger. To like Clay Aiken songs.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
Invisible specifically.
No, you have to put those on some YouTube channel.
Maybe next month I'll show everybody. It'll be your special treat.
Oh, because it's
Copyright
Halloween.
strike.
Copyright strike. Yeah. Oh my god.
Will be a treat because it's Halloween.
Oh, get it? So funny.
I need a soundboard, you guys, for.
We need, yeah, that's actually a
Because
good
if I
idea.
had a soundboard,
And then
I
you
would
could put
put
mint on the
exactly,
soundboard.
and I would just spam that just now. Fucking mint.
Fucking mint. Oh, you know what else you could put on the soundboard? Cockadoodle pussy.
Cockadoodle pussy.
Oh,
Dank puss.
I already told you that if we ever put merch out, that's going to be the first shirt.
Dank puss is gonna be the first
hell yeah, man.
God damn it.
Rooster
That episode
Doodle
will-
Kitten.
Rooster Doodle Kid.
Okay, so let's talk. Now we know what anime we're watching. Let's talk Your Name.
My pick.
Your pick.
Yes.
Your Name's a great movie. Honestly, it's
Sounds like you're just
beautiful.
complimenting her actual name.
Daisy. Your Name.
Thanks.
Fucking mint.
Right. Well,
Anyway,
shall we describe this movie?
Your
Or...
Name is a wonderful anime and really beautifully done. The music's great. The story's wonderful. I love this movie.
Hello?
Amanda is laying next to me. She went, fucking mint. Uh,
She's lost it.
so
It's gone.
Your Name
There's no
is-
bringing
I
her
remember
back.
the characters' names. They don't have the characters' names up. The two main characters.
So it's about a high school girl named Mitsuha
Mitsuha.
and a high school boy named
Taki.
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 And so they suddenly start switching bodies, and they have these memories where they start jotting down, like they start writing notes in their school books, they start sending texts and writing down notes in their phones. And God, it's just so well done.
It's
But
so
basically,
well
so Taki lives in Tokyo, and Mitsuha lives in a rural town, and she wants to be in Tokyo.
done. Yeah.
And she's always just like, I would just want to live in Tokyo because she's a shrine maiden.
Yeah, she's like, I always wished I could know what it was like to be a guy in Tokyo. And
Exactly.
yeah, and
Um,
vice versa.
yeah.
And he's like, I always want to know what it's like to be a shrine maiden.
Well,
Now
it's
you know.
funny that they asked because it happens to them. But there's a twist. They're traveling through time.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
It's
like
crazy.
The Notebook, except without the swapping of the
Oh,
bodies.
no.
Except a little different.
Only a little bit.
I think it's more like the lake house.
So you have, sorry, I'm like deep into this movie. I love it. I've watched it so many times.
It's good. Yeah. I've seen it a
But you
couple
have
times now.
Mitsuha who will, yeah, she switches by with Taki, and then she has him basically develop this relationship with his coworker, Okudera.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, oh yeah, I've set up this date for you. And he's just like, what? What have you done? And God, and then the first time she's there in his body and she's working with him in Taki's body, Okudera like tears her. Well, no, the guy slices her skirt,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, just take off your skirt. I'll sew it for you." She's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And she just sews that cute little design on it. I mean, I could keep going on, you know,
Please.
tell the story. I'd rather you guys like chime
Jump
in
in.
here too.
Chime.
Okay.
Chime.
Sorry, wait. My headphones are being stupid. All right, there we go. Let's see. I do like all the. I really liked all the times that Taki was like as Mitsuha doing shit at the shrine with his grandma and shit, with her grandma. I thought those were very simple, very chill, but nice moments in general. I don't know. It was just like when they go take the offering to the shrine.
Yeah, that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
I've seen it before too.
Which I mean, obviously, the reason. Now that I think about it, the shrine is the reason they're doing the body swap is happening because that god rules over the human experience and connections.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go. That's why it's
And also
happening.
the fact that they had met previously
Yeah.
in passing.
Yep.
I wish I could be a boy in Tokyo.
Same.
I should go to a shrine and pray.
But yeah, one point where it started getting me is there were multiple times during this movie where I thought, oh, it's over. And then it would start
wasn't-
more, and I was like,
yes.
what the fuck? My emotions can't handle all this. But it was when their messages start disappearing. Well, I mean, that's kind of later, but when their messages start disappearing from each other,
Yeah.
it was so heart-wrenching. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh no.
And the comets coming down and shit.
Yeah.
Like your
Also,
heart
the fact
sinks.
that Taki can draw so well, and he draws out all those different landscapes just to go find out where she was.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was dope.
Yeah. No, Your Name is awesome. I really highly recommend it. It was like the top grossing anime in Japan for a couple years.
Mhm.
Like $361 million or some shit.
Wow.
It's only recently got beaten out by Spirited Away because it got re-released in China this year. And so Spirited Away made a whole fuck ton more money.
Another aspect I thought was really cool was for the whole soundtrack, which the soundtrack is fantastic.
The soundtrack's so good.
It's one group. They're called Rad Wimps. And
Love
they
it.
do the whole do
Yeah.
the whole soundtrack for the whole movie. And I'll actually sit there and listen while I'm working to that soundtrack because it's calming, and then I get moments where I'm just like hyped on it. I'm like, yes, I remember this moment.
Rad
But it's
Wimps.
definitely great.
That's a cool name.
Rad Wimps on Spotify.
I think the
Do it.
soundtrack for the movie itself was probably one of the best parts of it. And going into the film itself, as like you guys have said from the previous episode, you guys all saw this one, and obviously, I have not. But going into it, I had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
I didn't read anything. I didn't give myself any spoilers, but I just went straight into it and watched it, and it was almost in the same line as like your line, April, to where there's just this underlying devastation just waiting to happen.
Right.
Mhm.
And then it doesn't
Very
happen
true.
once. It keeps happening.
Yes.
So there's this, you're trying to hold on. You're feeling everything between these two characters. And then all at the same time, you're not, because it's like you did this, you kind of get what you deserve.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But the anime itself was beautiful. The music was great. I even went to the Rad Wimps. I went to their YouTube channel. I was like, wow, they got a lot of subscribers. And the one song that gets used a lot, I think I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Zen Sense. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But that song's been viewed over 2 million times, or maybe more than that. I'm not sure. But I saw some of the stuff that you referenced, Mark, with the movie being one of the highest grossing domestic films. And I think it's fourth largest behind Spirited Away, Titanic, and I forget the other one. But it's made a lot of money, and it's something that I could see. They may even be able to make something like that into a live action film. I hope they don't, because they never get relayed properly.
Yeah.
But coming out of this movie, it made me thankful to have watched it, and I just wish more anime films could be this well put together.
Yeah. Agreed.
Agree with that.
What you
With-
said.
With that,
And I mean, it also like brings like a real point of like all the there's like that political corruption with like Tessie's father.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then Mitsuha's father because he's running again for what was it?
Yeah.
What it was like governor, or like something like that, or mayor.
It was
Yeah,
mayor. Yeah.
yeah, he was running for mayor, and then Tessie's father was the contractor, so he was backing him, and then just causing everyone to be like, "Oh yeah, we'll back you," as they're like drinking all together.
yeah.
So it shows like a realistic point of like there is political corruption. Not going to say which countries, but you know which.
All of them.
All the countries. Which made me really feel bad for Tessie, like her friend,
Yeah.
because he was just sitting out on that balcony at one point, just being like, "Oh, you have it hard too," and he's just expected to be exactly what the role that his father is. Like he's just
Yeah.
fallen into that line of I have to do this. That's what's expected.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of kind of just depressing themes along with nice themes, but I mean there was a lot of that like moments where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh,
Yeah. You feel like you're
oh
just
no,
gonna cry.
yeah,
I don't think I've ever talked this much about one anime or movie. You can
The
tell I'm like
feels.
into it.
the fucking feels.
The feels are everywhere.
It definitely threw me for a loop a few times, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ending is quite interesting.
Oh yeah, where they're like, have we met?
Yeah. It struck me odd because it reminded me of the questionable film with Ashton Kutcher, Butterfly Effect.
Oh
It's
yeah.
I
like-
love that movie.
Me too, actually.
It's good. It could have been done better, but
I mean,
it's
for
one
its
of the best.
time.
It definitely was. And I think Ashton Kutcher may have been the wrong choice. But again, we're getting away from
Yeah.
this film.
Yeah.
But
We talked about Ashton Kutcher for half an hour.
Ashton Kutcher, Kelso, jeez.
He was just on Hot Wings, actually. And I was watching it and I'm like, oh yeah, he's
Oh, was
very he's very fresh
Yeah.
right now in my mind.
he? Oh,
I haven't seen that one yet. I have to watch that one.
yeah.
It was just yesterday, actually.
Oh,
Um,
I know what I'll be watching.
he should have gone on there as Kelso. But that did remind me a lot of the ending of Butterfly Effect, like the
Yeah.
actual theatrical ending.
Yeah.
It leaves it open for them to do a little more about that, but it's such a weird concept. Like, if you had that ability to do that, would you? If you wanted to be someone else or
Yeah,
something else so badly, would you take that chance?
totally.
Yeah, I do it.
And then it comes along with the same thing as I have to warn them about something that's going to happen, and then I never get the chance.
Yeah.
Which I think that's why towards the end, instead of writing the name, they just wrote "I love you."
Yeah.
Oh god, that tore me apart.
The feels.
Just like, you can't just tell me you love me, you idiot. I'm like, oh no.
And there's some weird way I connected the film to, and I'm probably overlooking this, or not over, but looking too deep into it. It's very like an off the wall look to how Alzheimer's is. You know, the person knows you.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
And then at the end, instead of saying, "This is who I am," I mean, you could, like, that's why I was wondering, like, would you, if you could do that, then yeah. But what would you do towards the end if you can't get it across? And I'm sure I'm looking too deep into it, but that's what I kind of got.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know the director or the writer's personal history. Not that they're going to be like, yeah, this is what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
But the film, yeah, I mean, it's another great suggestion. So much appreciated.
I'm glad I could suggest it.
Yeah.
I was looking it up, and I feel like somewhere they said like the whole plot was also based on a poem. I think I'll have to look it up, but I don't know where it went. But this movie came out in 2016, I believe. So
Yeah.
considering that it's made that much and been that big of a deal is
wow.
really impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is. It's derived from a passage in Waka, or a Japanese poem attributed to Ono no Kamachi. I don't know what that means. I'll have to look it up.
Either, yeah.
I don't really have much other notes on it. What about you guys?
No, we pretty much covered it. We pretty much covered it pretty good.
I went for it.
If anyone hasn't seen the anime, if they haven't seen the movie, they've heard damn near the whole thing. We did pretty good covering it, I think.
Oh, and one more thing. The inspiration also, they were mentioning, there was a few things that it was inspired by, but Ramna, half, was part of that.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, all right, I'm into that.
Love Ramna one.
Yeah. Also, Interstellar was another one.
Oh, yeah? Let's see that.
Mm-hmm. So,
Right.
who was y'all's favorite character?
Oh, I really liked Mitsuha.
Yeah, I would agree with you there.
Mitsuha!
Are we all on the Mitsuha train?
I think we are.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I also enjoy when she wakes up, or I guess it's Taki waking up in her body, and he's just like grabbing the boobs. And her little sister walks in and is like, "What's wrong with you? Breakfast is ready."
There's no time for breakfast. Boobs.
She's like, breakfast? Oh, yes.
But listen.
Say no more.
Yeah.
Now, with the success of the movie, hopefully doesn't get, dare I say, American made.
I doubt it. I don't see it happening.
Give it about 10 years.
Yeah, give it about 10 years when everyone starts to forget about it. And they're like, oh, hey, remember this? And everyone goes, no, why would you? Don't do us like this.
It's like when they said, oh, we're going to remake Princess Bride. And they'd be like, what?
What the fuck? Excuse me, they're doing what? I feel like we've had this conversation
currently
before.
talking
It doesn't
about
feel like
it.
news now that I'm talking about it.
It's dangerously, yeah. If they do that, I hope it just bombs and nobody
What
watches.
they're doing is illegal. They can't continue.
There was somebody who wanted to remake it, and I'm trying to remember who.
They're an asshole, whoever they are.
I know they asked Seth Rogen about it, and he was like, nope, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I wouldn't either. I'd be like, are you crazy? Why are you trying to fix something that isn't broken? Get out of here.
How dare you try to fix perfection?
Right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
So, we're all on the Mitsuha chain for favorite?
Hell yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's fair. What about least favorite?
You know, it's very much like your line, April, for me. There wasn't really a least favorite
yeah,
because
not really.
Yeah.
I think everyone, and I said the same thing about your line. It was like everyone had a very specific meaning to be where they were.
Mm.
And I think if they had removed one of those characters, the movie wouldn't have been as compelling as it was.
Yeah. We're gonna name names though. Mitsuha's like father. Oof.
True. Yeah, he's pretty.
What a jerk.
Yeah.
But also very important to her
Yeah.
development.
Yeah, I mean you're right. He played a critical role in the whole movie.
Right.
There was a
But
reason why he
still
was there.
Jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we can hate him.
Unfortunately, he's needed.
Yeah.
He's needed, but yeah, I mean, even if you're needed, you can still be hated.
He'd still be a dick.
Yeah. That's very true. That's very true. Yeah.
You're definitely not wrong.
That's all my points on it. I feel bad. I feel like I kind of took the reins on that one.
Hell no, go for it.
Wow.
All right.
Hey, if you're passionate about something, fucking go for it. It's a good movie. I can agree.
Just love the movie,
I
okay?
love it, right? It's so good.
It is definitely worth a watch.
It is definitely worth the watch. I highly
Yeah.
recommend it. Immunity, did you choose what we're watching yet?
Now, I got a question for the three of you.
Uh-oh.
Does everyone have Prime from Amazon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys don't obviously mind watching subtitles?
No.
Correct.
I love subtitles.
Okay.
I'm deaf.
I'm going to go a little further back here.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
And I mean, we're going to go back to the 80s.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know if you guys have seen this or not.
Probably.
It does involve cats.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Now, going out on a limb, I say we watch Night on the Galactic Railroad.
Oh my god, I've never seen that! Oh my god, that's not the one I thought you were gonna say.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say the cat returns.
Same.
Night on the Galactic Railroad.
Ooh, I've never seen that.
Ooh.
I'm excited.
It seems very interesting.
It's a mouthful of a name, too.
It is. Try to write that on your title card, Mark.
Watch me. 1985. Wow.
Oh, yes.
I have not seen this either.
Figure why the hell not?
Based on the 1927 Japanese fantasy novel.
1927?
Yes. It is.
That is... Wow.
The only description you get is two kittens take a magical railroad train on an unforgettable journey through space and time.
Sounds fantastic.
The captions.
Oh my god.
The captions throughout the film are in Esperanto as a homage to Kenji Miyazawa, who is strongly interested in the language.
Very nice.
All right.
Very, very nice.
I'm
I
down.
figured that'd be fun. No. Now, if there was no Prime,
it's going to be interesting if they're saying the subtitles are in Esperanto.
Interesting.
We'll see. I'm not sure if that's what they meant or not by captions.
Danger,
Sure.
danger, Robinson, danger. I do have a backup. So.
Okay. Well, keep that holstered, just in case.
That I will. I'm actually going to check this right now to see what the captions are.
Aha.
While you're doing that, do we want to give our ratings for the movie?
Oh, shit. Let's do it. All right.
I am straight up 9 out
I'm
of
gonna
10.
get 9 out of 10. I was gonna say 9.5 for me.
There you go. 9.
I would
Hit
say
me with the
9.
9.
I'm gonna hit it with a 9.
I'm a straight on hit it with a 10.
Whoa! Coming
I
She's a
mean,
10
hard.
out of 10.
Really, I don't have a reason not to give it a 10 out of 10. I've only given one thing 10 out of 10, and that was Konosuba.
Should have gave Shimonetta a 10 out of 10.
To be fair, we really should have.
Cockadoodle. What?
Cock-a-doodle pussy!
Oh my god.
That anime was fucked up, and I love it.
So good.
She shouts from the rooftop with panties on her head.
I just want to make a quick side note. The logo for Carole Tuesday, the top like text in Japanese, it looks like it says troll, and I can't unsee it now that I've seen it, and I wanted to share that with you.
So we can't unsee it.
I feel like I need to look at it again.
Yeah, just look up Carole Tuesday logo, and the like the top like I don't know if that's kanji or a different kind of text, but it looks like it says troll. Like in English. I'm sure it's just like the specific text style or whatever, but it's just funny.
I need to find this like ASAP right now. Wait, you're right. I just saw it.
Okay. I just did a double check for Night on the Galactic Railroad, and the captions are fine. They show up as yellow words. So
Okay, cool.
That's different.
we are good to go.
Nice.
Perfect. All right. Sounds good.
Okay. So we're all set.
So
Let's
October,
see.
we're getting Orange
The
House Club.
Last Friday is the 25th.
Yeah, it's the 25th.
So
Okay.
should we go for the 25th then?
Is that what everybody wants to do?
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I believe that should work. If it doesn't, we'll figure it out. But
Yeah.
all right. So October 25th, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be reviewing Ouran High School Host Club and
Night on
Night of the Galactic Railroad.
There you go.
God damn it, that's a
Mouthful.
troll.
See, it says troll.
It does. I can't unsee it now.
It's troll your name.
Oh. Troll.
Oh.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us.
Thanks for hanging out or listening
yes.
back.
Yeah. Hope you guys will tune in next time and watch the anime so you can discuss it with us. Ho ho ho.
Yells.
Be aficionados with us.
What episode will that be?
Episode 20.
Episode 20.
Oh my goodness.
Episode
The
20.
big 2-0.
We're getting older.
We're almost able to drink, guys.
Just in
I
time
can't
for the
wait.
holidays.
I can't wait. My first drink's gonna be fucking spiked eggnog.
Oh.
No, you got to drink the 4 horsemen.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck that.
Oh no. Oh no.
No.
I'll die from that.
It's the best thing for you.
It's the best thing for you.
It's the only way you get through the holidays.
Okay,
Oh, God.
everyone. Say bye.
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 Fucking mint.